Get ready, get set, because it's time to go with the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. With your host with the most, the man voted most likely to smoke out with a Yeti, Mr. Brian Brown. Mr. Brian Brown. Now sit back and relax, because it's time to go live across the world. Because it's 420 Somewhere.
What's up? What's up? What's happening? Guys, that's right. It is time. It is time for a countdown to 420. Because it's got to be 420 somewhere, guys. That is right. This is the show where we go live Monday through Friday, and my dog interrupts us every time. Oh, Rosie. We go live Monday through Friday, and we count down to 420, guys, and we get into a whole mess of trouble in the meantime. It is True Crime Thursday, guys. As we count down to 420, we load up, we toke up, we expand our minds, and then we get into some crazy, crazy madness. Today on True Crime Thursday, we're taking a break from Stargate, guys. We've been deep diving into those Stargates. But today, guys, we are getting into, for True Crime Thursday, I don't know if you guys seen this. This is a newer movie on Netflix called The Watcher. And what this is somebody who, this is a crazy neighborhood, I think in upstate, back east somewhere. And Rosie, go lay down. Sit down right there. All right. Sorry, guys. Someone is stalking this house and the people who buy the house and sending them crazy letters. And if you guys have not seen this, it's a great Netflix. I think it's a mini-series, but based on a true story. And we're going to dive into that today, guys. We're deep diving into it. It's unsolved. So make sure we're pulling out our handy dandy notebooks and we're going to get into solving the crime, guys. That is right. All right. But what we also do as we count down to 420, guys, is we look at the top 5 epic fails of the day. And today, guys, we just got some fools falling, slipping and sliding, just fools being fools today, guys. I guess just people being people, getting caught up in craziness. All right, guys, so we're going to get into this, man. Man. All right. Appreciate everyone tuning in, guys. Big shout out to the Kingman crew, the usual suspects, everyone who's out there. I know Teresa Deller's headed home. It went well, guys. So if the community, hey, if it's your first time tuning in, make sure you're blowing up those comments, guys. We have a great community, and we've been known to send someone something nice just because. That is right. All right, let's get into this top 5 at 420, guys. Here we go. Boom goes the dynamite. That's right. Top 5 at 420 is brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Save some green on some green, guys. Oh, all right. What do we got here? I already messed my spot up there. All right, here we go. Slow motion. Oh God, you don't want that. That's the last thing you want. Oh. And those beams are, and it straight took his ladder out. Oh, damn. Oh, all right, number 4, guys. All right, here we go. We got we got those wild weekend drops coming up at the Healing Center, guys. Be dropping those. I'm going to film those right after this, so we'll be dropping those probably first thing in the morning. So be prepared for that for the dailydank.com. Oh yeah, he got it in the nards. I gotta watch that again. This is number 3, guys. Boom, yeah. Oh, and he got. Oh yeah, that's no good. That's no good. Oh yeah, take a knee, son. Take a knee. Oh, number two. Got someone in. Oh. What's up with that dude? That dude in the back didn't do anything. He's just like jumping, jacking. Oh. Oh, that had to hurt. Oh, God. All right, number 1. Oh, you see that? He pulled it. He pulled off the move of all moves. Look at this. Bam! His little cart just disintegrates. And standing up. Look, he's even pointing like a badass. All right. Respect, sir. Respect. All right, that was your top 5 at 420, guys. Brought to you by the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. We got those deals. Head on over there. Oh. Much like that, deals are coming through the roof, guys. Whoa! What's that called? Elephant toothpaste? Oh, that's not good. I think we've seen that one before, but it never gets old. Oh, man. This ain't gonna be good in the rain. No. You should have known better. Oh, man. And, oh, I love it when we leave. Hey, everyone. Rosie says, hey, she wants to be on a big superstar. Yeah, I love it when we end it on a high note like that. All right, guys, get those dab rigs out. Get those bongs. Get those pipes. Get those blunts. Get those edibles. Get those flaming hot Cheetos. Get those vapes. Get those White Castle. Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is all over the tri-state area now. Who's eating some Jimmy John's? Tell them to bring back the meat, man. It's a little thin. That's all I'm saying. Meat's just a little thin. But below those comments, guys, what is everyone getting into today? I am getting into, where's it at? Rosie, some high supply. Oh, man. Rosie spilt a drink and I just laid in it. I'm getting into some high supply, guys. This is a sour apple. This is an indica dominant flower. You got these on sale over at the Healing Center, but it's pretty fire, guys. definitely expands your mind. Blow up those comments. What are you getting into today on this 420? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You need to stop and take a step back. Breathe in, breathe out. It's 420.
Dance, babies, dance.
You guys almost got a special treat there. My little chair almost fell out from under me. Rosie, stop. You need to just sit down and find a place. Doing a show, Rosie. We're talking a weird stalker, and not across the street from my house, those weird stalkers. That's a whole nother story. You guys know who you are. Just saying, bunch of stalkers. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, guys. I appreciate how was your 420? Mine was pretty fire. You know it's good when you got the bong sweats. Just like I said, you know it's good when Rosie won't leave you alone. She's like, come on, light up another. Oh, man. All right, guys. It is. Blow up those comments. Let me know how's yours 420 was. Get in on these giveaways too, guys. We got the Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Big Adventure Simone autograph, hashtag Pee Wee. We're going to be doing the Haunt giveaway very, very soon. We'll be announcing this month's February's giveaways. So make sure you're hashtagging Haunt and then hashtagging Gremlins for the Joe Dante giveaway, guys. Director of Gremlins, 8x10, very awesome, cool movie poster. All right, guys, it is True Crime Thursday. All right. Hey, knock it off, you guys. Hey, knock it off. All right, sorry. Bulldog sizing each other up. These damn bulldogs. Rosie does this weird sidestep, like thinking that she's tough, but she comes across like she's more special than tough. I don't think she realizes it. All right. Anyway, guys. True Crime Thursday, and we are getting into the case of The Watcher. And what this is they just did a Netflix movie on this, and it's a case that's been unsolved for a long time. It's a little community, I want to say back east somewhere. Rosie, go lay down, okay? Hey, sit. All right, thank you. All right, a community, I want to say back east somewhere, one of these older community where the houses are historic and they have societies and different things to kind of ensure that houses are left alone, the historic society, that kind of stuff. So what this is when people buy the home, this one home in particular, they'll start receiving letters. And they're like kind of threatening letters. And this is like people who want to do renovations. Maybe they don't. This is a really weird case. This is a newer case. As early as late or as early as 2017. And I know the house just was recently sold. And we'll see if it continues of craziness. But we're going to get into this deep dive, guys. And we're going to start off right Oh, man. Oh, shoot. Hang on one second, guys. I want to make sure my clips are right. Forget sometimes when I import them, and I don't do it manually. Yeah, definitely these are going to be out of sync. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Cancel. All right. The first one is going to be... All right. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Broaddus family, working with the police, sent a letter to the Langfords telling them they were planning on demolishing the house in hopes of drawing the Watcher to write again.
All right, sorry guys, this is the right clip.
In June 2014, Maria Broaddus, her husband Derek, and their 3 young children were getting ready to move into their new home, 657 Boulevard in Westfield, New Jersey. The 6-bedroom, $1.3 million house was their dream home, located only a few blocks from Maria's childhood home in what was then the 30th safest town in America, according to the website Neighborhood Scout. A mere 3 days after closing the sale, before the Broaddus family had even moved in, a letter arrived at their new mailbox. The new owner was written by hand on the envelope in thick, clunky letters. The typed letter began, quote, "Dearest new neighbor at 657 Boulevard, allow me to welcome you to the neighborhood," end quote. The letter, however, was anything but welcoming. It went on, quote, "How did you end up here? Did 657 Boulevard call to you with its force within? 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, and my father watched in the 1960s. It is now my time. Who am I? There are hundreds and hundreds of cars that drive by 657 Boulevard each day. Maybe I am in one. Look at all the windows you can see from 657 Boulevard. Maybe I am in one. Look out any of the many windows in 657 Boulevard at all the people who stroll by each day. Maybe I am one," end quote.
Oh, man. So, hey, enough, guys. Stop. All right, man, these dogs are out of hand today. Hey, Bella, shut up. All right, sorry, guys. I'm trying to do a show here. We don't need your commentary. All right. Anyway, guys, how weird would that be to buy a house and to get a letter like this? "My family has been intrigued many years. We are the protectors of said house, and on this 100th anniversary, I am in charge." Sounds like a cult, like some kind of weird, like off trying to recruit you through your house. Oh man, I would laugh. I would laugh and throw it away. Rosie, go lay down. Damn it. Oh, these dogs today, man, they are out of control. They are out of control. All right, only when I'm doing a podcast, these guys get all nutty like this. All right, let's get into the second part, guys. Hang on. Okay, here we go.
The letter also mentioned specifics about the Broaddus family. Quote, "You have children. I have seen them. So far, I think there are 3 that I have counted. Do you need to fill the house with the young blood I requested? Better for me. Was your old house too small for the growing family? Or was it greed to bring me your children? Once I know their names, I will call to them and draw them to me," end quote. In a cursive font, the author typed the signature, "The Watcher." After receiving the letter, the Broaddus family reached out to the couple that had sold them the house, John and Andrea Woods. The previous owners said they have never received any letter like that in 23 years of living in the house, except once, a few days before they moved out. The Woods family said they never felt watched in the more than 2 decades at 657 Boulevard, and in fact, rarely felt the need to lock their doors. While they thought the note they received was odd, they threw it out without much concern. Still, the Woods family went with the Broaddus family to the police to report the letters. The police instructed the couples to not tell anyone about the intimidating mail, including their neighbors, who were all deemed suspects. 2 weeks later, with the Broaddus family still not moved in, a second letter arrived. Disturbingly, This message contained more details about the new owners, including their name, though misspelled, and their children's birth order and nicknames. The author also referenced seeing their daughter painting on an easel in an enclosed porch space, asking, quote, "Is she the artist in the family?" End quote.
Okay. I would be like, whatever, on the first batch of letters, I guess. So, like, hey, this is my family has been very intrigued with this house, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, weirdo, beat it. But now you mentioned certain. So I've never told this. I don't know if I've ever told this publicly other than like close friends. When I was a kid, we had a peeper. Straight up peeper, man. Weirdo, had some mental problems, was obsessed with my mom. My mom was a young mom, and it would straight up like come to our house weekly, if not like every other couple days. My dad worked swing shift, so he would be off. He would be gone until like midnight, 1 o'clock, and so the guy, and I guess he would call my mom and be like, "I like what you're wearing in the story you read your son." Real creepy stuff. And this is 80s, man. This was like 80s. So, he would run to the payphone or wherever after he get it. At one point, he actually took we had a swamp cooler, and he took the whole unit out so he could look in through the vent, the back where the pads are. So he would sit there, and they found like sunflower seeds. He would like be eating sunflower seeds, and I had nightmares about this dude. He tried to talk to me one time. I did, of course I didn't know who he was. I was in 6th grade or something at that point. But man, woo. So like when you start mentioning specifics, are they the artist in the family? Blah 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 blah. No, man. It's like, I'm finding you, and we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have words, and it's probably not gonna end well for either of us. That's how that would go. Oh man, this is getting crazy, guys. This thing is getting crazy.
Other parts read, quote, "It has been years and years since the young blood ruled the hallways of the house. Have you found all of the secrets it holds yet? Will the young blood play in the basement? Or are they too afraid to go down there alone? I would be very afraid if I were them. It is far away from the rest of the house. If you were upstairs, you would never hear them scream. Will they sleep in the attic? Or will you all sleep on the 2nd floor? Who has the bedrooms facing the street? I'll know as soon as you move in. It will help me to know who is in which bedroom. Then I can plan better." End quote. After receiving this letter, Maria and Derek stopped bringing their children to the house and put a hold on their plans to move in. Several weeks later, a 3rd letter arrived. Quote, "Where have you gone to? 657 Boulevard is missing you." End quote. However, by the end of the year, the investigation into who the watcher was had stalled. There was no digital trail, no fingerprints, and no way to place someone at the scene of a crime. Meanwhile, the stress was taking a mental toll on the Broaddus family. Derek said he was experiencing depression. Maria's therapist said she was suffering from PTSD, and both were afflicted with levels of paranoia that made much of their daily life seem threatening. Only 6 months after the letters arrived, they decided to sell the house. Due to rumors about the property, however, buyers were hesitant. The Broaddus family sued the Woodses for failing to disclose the threatening letter they'd received. A local reporter found the complaint, which included excerpts from the letters. His small story became a viral sensation, causing a media circus to swirl around the house. Now totally unable to find a buyer, the Broaddus family considered selling the house to a developer who could tear it down and split the property into 2 homes. The 2 plots, however, would each be less than 3 feet too small for the mandated size of the neighborhood. The Broaddus family appealed the rule to the neighborhood planning board, who unanimously rejected the proposal.
Rejected. Dun dun dun. That's hard. Like when you go into historic neighborhoods and stuff, they are strict in their rules. So man, you know what? I would have stopped as soon as you mentioned my kids. I would have stopped bringing them to that house. That's creepy. That's out of line. It's just crazy. And then I don't know. They're like writing it. Like I said, it's so cult-like and so just insane. That 7-4, what is it? The house misses you, and like, come on, whoa, like, I don't know, man. They're so specific, and I'm wondering how truthful the first family was before they sold it. They said they only got one letter and they threw it away, and it wasn't that big of a deal. And now this other family is suing them. Saying they should have disclosed this letter. So I'm wondering if that other family, if they lived there for 23 years, obviously, but was it someone who liked them and was okay with them living in the house? And who's this weirdo that wants to be the house and speak for the house? Man, there's all sorts of cults and weird stuff out there. What is that? What, Monster House? Remember that movie? Who remembers Monster House? Oh man, let's get into this next part, guys.
Maria was understandably upset, saying, quote, "This is my town. I grew up here. I came back. I chose to raise my kids here. You know what we've been through. You had the ability 2.5 years into a nightmare to make it a little better, and you have decided that this house is more important than we are." End quote. It should be noted that in 2018, the Westfield Planning Board approved splitting up a different lot around the corner from 657 Boulevard, one that required a larger exception than the Broaddus family requested. Christmas, some families who had vocally protested the Broaddus' plan received threatening hand-delivered letters signed "Friends of the Broaddus family." More on these later. In spring of 2016, just short of 2 years after the first letter arrived, the Broaddus family found someone to rent the home. The family had 2 large dogs, fully grown children, and a clause in the lease that let them out if there was another letter. Within 2 weeks, another letter arrived. Quote, "To the vile and spiteful Derek and his wench of a wife, Maria. 657 Boulevard survived your attempted assault and stood strong with its army of supporters barricading its gates. My soldiers of the Boulevard followed my orders to a T. They carried out their mission and saved the soul of 657 Boulevard with my orders. All hail the Watcher." And continued, quote, "Maybe a car accident, maybe a fire, maybe something as simple as a mild illness that never seems to go away, but makes you fall sick day after day after day after day after day. Maybe the mysterious death of a pet, loved ones suddenly die, planes and cars and bicycles crash, bones break. You are despised by the house, and the Watcher won." End quote.
Okay. So this a person obviously has an ego. Like way beyond my minions. Well, maybe I know who this person is. Wait a minute. No. Yeah, like to be like that specific. My minions went out and did my work to a T. We stopped you. Like that's someone. That's like a supervillain, like spilling their monologue at the end of their big, like right before they unveil the nuclear bomb and it ends up blowing up in their face. But yeah, this person has some egotistical problems, and to be so like, you won't know it's coming. Who is that? Walter White? Is that from Breaking Bad? You won't know it's coming. I am the one who knocks. I'm the Watcher. Oh man. So yeah, that's we're getting into some deep crazy. I want to see if the renters leave because of this letter. They had the out cause, which is cool that the new owners put that in. Let's see what happens.
Despite the letter, the renters agreed to stay after more cameras were installed around the house. Now up to current day, it's time to look at suspects for who the Watcher could be. Our first suspect is a man I'm calling the Gamer. Around 11 p.m. one night, while 2 detectives from Westfield Police were surveilling 657 Boulevard, a car suspiciously stopped outside the house. The car was traced to a young woman from a town close by. The home of her boyfriend was on the same block as 657 Boulevard. The woman told investigators that her boyfriend was into, quote, some really dark video games, end quote, including possibly one where he played as a character called the Watcher, according to an investigator's memory. The gamer agreed to be questioned by police, but he never showed up for his interviews. Detectives didn't have enough evidence to force him to come, so he was never questioned. Second suspect is another neighbor, Michael Langford. Derek began to suspect Langford after attending a neighborhood barbecue shortly after receiving the first letter. Langford lived in the house next door, which belonged to his 90-year-old mother. Several of her adult children, all in their 60s, lived with her, and the family was seen as strange but harmless. The Langfords had lived in the house since the 60s, which was when the watcher claimed his father watched the house. Michael's father had died about 12 years before the first letter arrived, which could have been why the watcher claimed to have done the job of watching for, quote, the better part of 2 decades, end quote. Langford was also known to spook new neighbors with his odd behavior, like walking through their yards and peeking through windows. Due to the positioning of the houses, Langford would have had a perfect view of the easel they had set on the porch for their daughter that the second letter referenced. Questioned Michael Langford after the first letter, but he denied knowing anything, and there was little evidence to connect him. Because the police's interview was before the second letter, some believed it would have been especially reckless for Langford to continue sending letters. As well, those who knew him largely vouched for Langford, thinking him incapable of writing the letters.
So, we got our first 2 suspects. We got the gamer, which I don't know, seems a little young to be into like this whole, the vibe is somebody like who, vibe is an older person, like a handwritten letter and like things like that. That's old school, man. That isn't a gamer. Michael Langford, known to walk through people's yards and peep through windows. What is he, code enforcement? Does he work for Needles Code Enforcement, peeping in windows at 6:30 in the morning? Whole different video coming very, very soon once things get worked out. Anyway, so these 2, I don't know. I don't really see them fitting the vibe, so to speak. Langford maybe just because his family had been there for so long, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see who these other suspects are.
Broaddus family, working with the police, sent a letter to the Langfords telling them they were planning on demolishing the house in hopes of drawing the watcher to write again. There was no response. Casting doubt on Langford is a test later performed on one of the envelopes which found DNA that belonged to a woman. Thinking Michael's sister Abby may be the watcher, an investigator compared the DNA to that from a water bottle used by Abby. No match. Shortly after this DNA test, and without explanation, prosecutors informed Derek and Maria that they had ruled out any of the Langfords as suspects. Which brings us to our third suspect, the Broaddus family themselves. Locals found it suspicious that the Broaddus family was over the years able to move from a $315,000 home to a $770,000 home to a $1.3 million home with refinanced mortgages. Some accused the family of getting in over their heads with the home and turning to a desperate ploy to get out of it. Some neighbors wondered why the Broaddus family kept renovating the house after they decided they wouldn't move in. When major movie studios began courting the family for the rights to their story, a big media deal could have been more motivation for concocting the watcher. What's more, I mentioned that some local families received anonymous threatening letters after the Planning Commission rejected the Broaddus' proposal to split the lot. Those letters turned out to be written by Derek. Derek claims those letters were the only anonymous letters he's ever sent and were the result of years of frustration at his family's plight and the neighborhood's seeming ambivalence. As well, the psychological trauma from the letters alone makes the Broaddus family being the watcher seem thin, casting more doubt on the theory that the Broaddus family is the watcher. A later investigation found that another family on the boulevard had also received a note from the watcher around the time the Broadduses received their first. Just like the previous owners, the Woods family, that family had lived in the house for years without a problem and threw the letter away. But if the Broaddus family was trying to get out of their home or make a movie deal, why send a letter to another house as well? The case of the Watcher so fascinating is the limited number of potential suspects, coupled with the complete lack of evidence that has stymied investigators' ability to make progress. This case is very recent, so there's a chance we haven't heard the last from the Watcher. Perhaps some future note will provide the key clue to identifying the person responsible. But until then, the case remains unsolved.
Oh, unsolved, guys. What do you guys think about this? I mean, it makes a lot of sense. The family, I mean, with movie deals and all that, they talked a lot about that, about the Amityville house, how maybe it was faked and the family wanted to get a book deal and all this stuff. I don't know. Oh, man, this is just a weird deal. And it does seem weird that it got ramped up after this one family moved in. But yeah, the list of potential suspects are just, it's insane. So, man, blow up those comments, guys. Let me know who you think the Watcher is. How did you like this episode? Kind of switching things up a little bit, reformatting, trying to make it a little more watchable, I guess, user-friendly, if you will. So if you like this kind of content, blow up those comments and let me know, guys. Also hit that like, share, and subscribe button, the notification bell, ding, 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 and everything that you need to do, guys, because that was our True Crime Thursday. All right, True Crime Thursday, guys. All right, we're going to be headed out of here, guys. I got to go get another flat tire, man. Oh, I was supposed to go get it fixed yesterday. Ended up not being able to blow it. Long story. Anyway, guys, I'm headed out. Appreciate you guys so much. 7:10 a.m., guys. It's Friday. Tomorrow, make sure you're joining us for our 7:10 show. We're going to get wild and crazy. And then tomorrow is Baked and Unboxed at 4:20. Giveaways, announcements. We got all sorts of stuff happening, guys. So make sure you tune in to dailydank.com. Look for those wild weekend drops. Try to get those out tonight on the dailydank.com. And then the big email blast goes out first thing in the morning, guys. So if you want to know, check the dailydank.com. Wild weekend drops. Save you some money over at the best place in the world, the Healing Center, 1400 Needles Highway, Needles, California. Right across the bridge, the first thing you're going to see. All right, guys, I am out of here. Thank you guys so much. Blow up those comments. Let me know how you guys like this, and we will check you guys later. Check you later.
Thank you for joining us on the It's 420 Somewhere podcast. Broadcasting worldwide and brought to you by thedailydank.com. Check out our merchandise and amazing content. And follow us on all our social media. Now, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.